to a brand new Vlogmas video. So today is Vlogmas day 11, I believe, and we are getting ready for our work Christmas party. So I already have the base of my outfit on, and I've already just swept down my hair and sort of given it a complete refresh, like in the shower, conditioner, done my product, and then gave it a blow dry. It still is a little bit wet, but I think that's all we're gonna have time for now. So let's get ready. So to start off, I'm gonna go in with these eye patches from Patchology. These are just the rejuvenating eye gels. I'm just gonna apply these under my eyes while we do our eye makeup. Now I do really like these, however they do slip around quite a bit on my skin, so that is something to keep in mind. If that is something that really does annoy you, these probably won't be the eye patches for you. They are really cooling under the eyes, which is exactly what I need right now, because it's been a long work from home day and I had lots of deadlines. I'm just going to put a little lip balm on. This is the Boots Vanilla Glossy Lip. I have been loving this. I'm just going to pop that on just for a little hydration. I'm sorry if the angle is a little bit strange. I had to move my room around a little bit, so it's a little bit of a mess, but we are working with the angles we have. But let's move on to eyebrows first. So I'm going to go in with my Benefit brow pencil. This is the, I think, Precisely My Brow. Yeah. And mine is in the shade 3.5, I believe. Yep, 3.5. And I'm just going to start to fill my brows in a little bit. Now, it is sort of a bar sort of vibe with venue and nibbles, and then I think it gets more like dancey as the evening goes on. So my outfit is definitely gonna reflect that, and I will show you guys that as well as I can. I'm just trying to open my eye palette. I'm gonna go with quite a cool makeup look, I think. Kind of goes with the Christmas theme, because it is the Christmas party after all. I'm gonna brush through those. I want a bit more of a defined brow, so that is the vibe I'm going for. Really want to make sure this tail is defined, that we have the shape I'm looking for. So this is going to be my first real event at work, which is so cool. I am very excited. I'm just going in with the Maybelline Super Lock, the best brow gel on the market in the drugstore in my opinion. Just going to really brush them up to laminate them in place. It's actually really close to where I went to with my work friend Holly for her birthday. We went to a solar, and where we're going is really not far from there, which will be very fun. I will try and insert like some clips of the evening, however we're only allowed to film in like certain locations at the place we're going, so that is something to keep in mind. First things first, I'm gonna prime my eyes. I found it. This is the P. Louise base in number 2. This is like what she's famous for, if you didn't know who P. Louise was. So this is a brush from Morphe. Now she's kind of known for really carving those brows out and then laying down the product, which I feel like is kind of known now as like UK baddie makeup brows. But I am just gonna subtly do that to sort of prime the lids, really lay that base down. I want my eyeshadow to stay, which is something that I always struggle with, so I really like going in with one of these bases just to really prime the lids. And you just kind of let that set. Setting that down with, I think, On Self. And I'm just gonna apply that all over my lid, because it's a very like black outfit. Very little colour. I want to go for a really glam makeup, and this is like the perfect shadow to lay down to get that coolness to bring through onto the eyes. Now I'm going to go in with Lavish, which is the shade here. Just start to use that as the transition shade. I really don't have all that much time to get ready because work was just so hectic. So I'm gonna have to do a makeup look that I love but I know is quick and easy to do. It's all about the blending with the eyes. I say that every time I do any eye look. Taking the same brush, I'm going in with the shade High Life. Very similar shade up here to Lavish, a little bit deeper. I'm just gonna start to work that into the outer half and then deepen the crease with that a little bit. I would zoom you guys in, but I'm really struggling to get the angle right. And then I'm just going to take a big fluffy brush and blend all of that. Taking a little bit of a denser brush and the shade Faux Fur, which is this deeper shade in the palette. I'm just going to start to deepen that outer corner and then really run it along that lash line as well. And I'm taking a really small brush and going in with the shade She's Rich. Just really deepening the outer lash line. And then I'm going to take the tiniest bit up as well. Taking that same brush as earlier and a little bit more of that product, I am just going to carve out the front of this eye a little bit because I have very hooded eyes. So I really need to do this when I wear shadows on my eyes, just to make it a lot more obvious that it's actually happening. If you don't have hooded eyes, you probably don't need to do this, but I'm just gonna carve out the front of this eye. Then I'm gonna use, I don't know what shade I want to use, because it's quite chrome, but it could be pretty. Okay, we're gonna go in with this shade here, Platinum. Just apply that to my lids. That can be my shimmer of the day, I think. Wow, it's very pigmented. I haven't used this shade before. And then I am going to take a brush and just kind of use that Lavish shade and blend it into the eye a bit more because it's quite a harsh line at the minute. Giving you a little close up of how the makeup's looking at the minute. For my base, I'm going in with this from Iconic London. This is the Iconic Blurring Underglow Primer, something like that. And I'm just gonna apply that to my skin. I've been using this for about a week now, and I've been really liking this. Now I've let that sit in, find my base, I'm going in with these two. This is the Maybelline Lumi Matte. I would have just used this, but it's really dark for me, like really dark. So I'm gonna go in with a bit of the Revolution Skin Silk and just lighten that up a bit. And of course I'm gonna take that on a brush. I still think this is gonna be, it's still quite dark, but it will work. I have an hour. That's so doable. I know what I'm wearing as well, which is good. I just need to figure out the bag situation. And then probably send it through to my sister for some last minute, what do you think? I'm gonna go in with a pump more of that Revolution on the back of my hand and just kind of take that over the forehead to just lighten that up a little bit, and the cheeks, to make sure we haven't got anything too crazy going on. I love the finish of this, it's just so nice. I'm taking my Huda Beauty colour corrector. I'm just gonna apply that under my eyes. This is in the shade Cherry Blossom. Now, to contour, I'm going in with my Fenty Match Stick in Amber. I'm just gonna contour my face because this is a very cool toned product. And I'm just gonna use the same brush to blend that in. Blend in that colour corrector and make sure I take it right up under that eye to really cancel out that darkness peeking through, because there's definitely some darkness under my eyes today. I've had a lot of early mornings and restless nights, so I am pretty tired. Of course I'm going in with my trusty House Ups concealer. I'm just gonna pop that under the eyes, of course taking it down where I blended down the concealer, the colour corrector, sorry, a little bit around my brows, and then just kind of sculpting where we put that contour a moment ago. And now I'm going to go in with a little bit of a bronzing product. I think I'm going to take this today. This is the Revolution bronzing stick in the shade Sunset. Just gonna start to bronze the skin up a bit. I do just want to take that down the neck a bit as well because of the contrast between my face and neck right now. And that one with this peaches and cream brush. Really just adding a bit of warmth back into the skin. And I'm going to be trying a new blush today, which I'm very excited about. And literally just got it in my calendar as well, which is super exciting. Let me show you. Does anyone else keep putting things down and being like, oh? So this is the P. Louise, the Cheek of It Flirty Flush Colour Liquid Blush in the shade Oh So Spice. I saw this all over social media and heard nothing but good things. I don't really know how you open it though. Scary. How am I supposed to know there's colour coming through? Oh, there's 100% colour coming through on that. Okay, I feel like all her products are super pigmented. So I'm going to start with a little bit and hope that I haven't just put a shit ton on my face. I'm just going to use my peaches and cream brush. Just blend that. Yep, this is very pigmented. That's fine. We love a bit of a pigmented blush. I am a blush girl. And then any excess we can just take on the chin or forehead. And then I'm going to take my concealer brush and start to blend that concealer in as well. Making sure I'm getting over that blush as well and diffusing that. I'm just going to take my big sponge and blend all that. Taking a bit of my Huda Beauty concealer and just applying the tiniest bit to really brighten under those eyes. And then I'm going to blend a little bit of shadow under there as well before we set everything down. I really like to just focus that in the inner corner. Taking a really small brush, I'm going in with Lavish. And I'm just gonna sweep it along my lower lash line. Taking She Faux Fur from earlier. And the same small brush, I'm gonna blend that right along my lash line. Now we've got all of our cream products on, we need to set the base. I'm gonna take my Hourglass bronzer. You guys would know that this one if you know me. I love this bronzer. And I'm just gonna start to sort of set all those powders in place and add a bit more warmth to the skin. And then I'm just gonna dust it on my chest as well because my outfit does come down. I'm trying to think which blush topper to use. I might go with French Rosette, you know, so I'll add a little bit more of a pinkiness. This is from House Labs. I'm just going to take this brush because it will diffuse a bit of colour onto the cheek. Actually, I think they pair really well together. And then for powder, of course, using the Huda Beauty. What else would I use? The best powder on the market, in my opinion. I'm using my little puff. Packing the excess on the back of my hand, and then I'm going to apply that under my eyes. I'm not baking, I am pressing powder in, and I do take that around my mouth as well, a little bit on my forehead because I do get pretty oily. Then I spray my face with a bit of setting spray. This is the Revolution one. I say a bit and then I spray like literally half a bottle on my face, but it's fine. I'm just gonna melt that powder into my skin because I did apply a lot of powder. This is the Cosy Stargazer. My favourite mascara probably of this year, to be honest. Maybe all time. I have no idea what my lash colour is. So that is the next thing I need to find. I feel like this is going to be a pretty chaotic video, but I do not have that much time and I do really want to film my makeup. I do need to like clean up a bit as well because you best believe when I get home I just want to lie in bed, and my bed has got everything over it. I'm going in with Rhodes Lean. I think I might go in the Huda Beauty one first actually. I'm gonna go in with Toasty Brown lip stain. I'm gonna just use that all over the lip, just to make sure I have a bit of colour throughout the evening all over my lips. Now I'm gonna go in with the Rhodes Lean. I'm gonna bring this with me as well. Now, even though this is a core eye, there is like some berry tones, so I think this lip is going to go quite well. And I'm going to use a bit of MAC's Yash in the middle, just for a little peachiness. And then I'm going to actually take this Boots over the top, because it's basically clear. And we'll just add a little glossiness, like that. Okay, so I was just sorting out my hair and some bits of jewellery. I need to put some necklaces on. I have no idea if this looks alright, but we're gonna go with yes. And then for perfume, I'm going with my Miu Miu Minute. It's just the perfume of the moment at the minute. My hair was sitting, but it's fine now. I do need to put the powder on because putting on a lot of setting spray means that it disjoints the powder. So we need to set that. And so I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury. I still have no idea where my lash cutter is, which is really great. Just saying, under my eyes. So this is the makeup, and potentially hair. Might have to redo this, but for now it's the hair. Okay, let's get dressed. Let's pop these on. This is literally my sister's, and she got it from the men's section of a charity shop. Let's do this up, and then she taught me this really handy trick which I'm going to show you. You put your hairband like this up the arm, and then you give it a little zhuzhing, kind of like that. I'm going to need to like re-zhuzh that. I haven't had time to do my nails, but it's fine. So it kind of looks a bit more like this. Let's put on the shoes and then we can pick a bag. Okay guys, I'm heading to the work session now. I will try and give you guys an outfit fit at some point, but I'm running a little bit late, so I don't have time.